Hello, my name is Dana Bellamy and I'm the author of Raising Happy Hearts. I'm the mother of 6, and today I just wanted to start with a story. So back when my husband and I were living in Louisiana, my husband was in the army and we had two older children and a baby, and we had our pastor come over for a meal, our pastor and his wife, and my pastor said to my husband and I that he was, paying attention to our children and how they behaved, and he noted that our children were not only well behaved, but they were also really happy. And to me, that was just normal. I didn't really think anything of it. But he went on to say that a lot of children that he sees that are well behaved, they're also not very happy, because it's almost like they don't have any more spirit left in them. And so he said, whatever we're doing with our children, that we're doing the right thing, and that I should write a book. And funnily enough, I just laughed at it and didn't think much of it. But years later, the Lord had me do just that. And so I have my book, Raising Happy Hearts, and I have almost completely finished it and gotten it to the point of publishing, and I'm hoping that it will be published this month, and I will definitely keep you updated on that. But in my book, I have shared with everybody what the Lord has shown me over the years about raising happy kids, but also to have kids that are well behaved kids. So, with my children, I have 6, and I can take them, wherever I need to. I can take them to church, I can take them to Walmart. It doesn't matter where I need to take them. I know that they'll listen to me. I know that they'll be well behaved. And, I even turn heads in Walmart when I'm with my children, because there's 6 of them. So it, garners a lot of attention when I'm walking around with, 6 young children in tow. But people are just amazed at how well they're behaving, how well they listen, how they do the right thing, but they're also happy. And so I had a question on my page, and a lady who follows my page asked me, how do you still have fun in the bedroom with your husband after being so tired with young kids? Now, honestly, I don't get tired and exhausted during the day with my children, because they are so well behaved, and I've taught them all to help out. And so I'm not run ragged, I'm not worn out, I'm not exhausted at the end of the day. And so I have plenty of energy at the end of the day, for my husband, which is probably why we have 6 kids. And so I normally don't, tell people that, or if I hear people that are, exhausted or whatever else, and, having a hard time being a mother, people don't appreciate it if I say, well, I just don't relate to that. My children are well behaved. And so I just don't say anything, because that's not edifying for me to share that, unless I can also share how I do it so that I can help other people to have the same thing. And so now I have that in my book, and I'm able to share what the Lord has taught me so that everybody can have the same well-behaved and happy children like I do. And so it wasn't always this way. When I had 2 children and they were younger, I'm still learning to be a mother, and, my children would listen to my husband, but they wouldn't necessarily listen to me, because my husband, they knew that he meant business, and if he said something, that he would follow through with it, and that he meant what he said. Whereas me, I would just repeat myself and repeat myself and repeat myself and repeat myself, and I would get frustrated and I would get angry. But my husband got into the US Army. He was a Marine to begin with, and he got out, and then he joined the Army. So he was leaving to go on his Army training, and I knew that I would have to take the kids to church by myself, and I knew that they would have to listen to me, or it wouldn't be so great. And so I realized that I had to teach my children to listen to my word, that when I would tell them to do something, that I expected them to obey. And so, I spent some time with them, and it didn't take very long until they understood that Mum's word is Mum's word, and they have to listen as well. And so I also, put that story in my book, and shared, what I did, to teach my children to be obedient. And so I just wanted to share that with you, that it is possible for your children to be obedient and to be happy kids. And so I hope that you will get my book so that you can read what I wrote in there. You can read all of my stories and all of the practical testimonies that I gave. You know, I even gave this one testimony in my book that you know, people were saying that, you know, it's not right to teach your children to be obedient, you know, they ought to just do what they want to do and things like that, you know, which is not biblical. But there was this one time, and my husband was getting picked up by a friend, and my husband's friend's truck pulled out in the front of our house, and so my husband went to get in the car, and so he went around the far side to get into the passenger seat. And my daughter didn't know what was happening, and she must have been about 2 at the time, and so she started running off after her dad, but she didn't see that there was another vehicle coming past, that if she would have continued to run, that other vehicle would have hit her. And so, you know, my daughter couldn't see any of these dangers, but I just yelled, "Kira, stop!" And my daughter stopped in an instant. She just stopped running. And I believe that by my husband and I training our kids to be obedient saved her life that day. And so I just want to encourage you that you can have those same results with your children. What the Lord has showed me is obviously biblical, you know, and it's filled with grace. You know, it's balanced. And so I just wanted to encourage you that you can have obedient kids, that you don't need to be exhausted, that you can be a stress-free, happy mother with happy, obedient children. So I just wanted to encourage you with that. So please like and share this video if it blessed you, and please like my page if you haven't already. I'd really appreciate it. All right, bye.